Well, on Sunday, as we said earlier, the mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, said he's shutting down schools and non-essential businesses, whatever that is, a man who's never worked in a business in his life, in several zip codes in the city, including in Brooklyn and Queens. What did these zip codes do wrong? Well, more than 3% of coronavirus tests came back positive for a week. No word on how many people died. That's not even part of it. They just had positive tests. What's interesting is that just the other day, practically, Bill de Blasio said he wasn't against mass gatherings as long as he agreed with the politics people were expressing. Watch.
Things that here in the city can mean not just thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. It's just not time for that now.
What about protests? If people want to march down Fifth Avenue, are they going to be allowed to do so?
Look, Wolf, this is always an area of real sensitivity. We understand at this moment in history, people are talking about the need for historic changes. This is a historic moment of change. We have to respect that.
Oh, so when you go to church, you try to have a Jewish wedding in Brooklyn, you're a threat to public health. But if you're looting Macy's, it's a historic moment for change. As soon as you say something like that out loud, the rest of us no longer have to listen to anything you say, because you're a fraud, you're a liar, you're totally irrational, and you no longer have legitimacy to lead, period. Today, the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, decided to approve the closure of many non-essential businesses. That's not because he's opposed to lockdowns. He thinks the real problem is religious services. Watch.
If the religious leaders do not agree to abide by these rules, then we will close the religious institutions, period.
Really? Because in the country we lived in January, we had a First Amendment that said government will not get in the way of your exercise of your religion. People would have laughed at that. We will close the religious institutions, period? Who do you think you are, God? You're not. You're some stupid governor of a declining state. Many of the services being shut down by the Ware and Orthodox Jewish communities, they haven't been playing along, to their great credit. Putting aside whether any of that is legal, what's the science behind it, the purported science behind it? Protests fine, religious services not.
We're like watchmen, patrolling the towers. We seek to expose those abusing their powers. All the lost men, sleeper cells in the sanctums who hate what is truth, catapulting deceptions, invasions. Like barbarian pagans embracing their sin, behaving like cavemen, persuaded by counterfeit interpretations and built on a mountain of faulty foundation. They fire their arrows of flame by the thousands and move like a hive without name or announcement, like spiders with legs and appendages branching in so many ways. It seems endless. Examine the sections of grabbing the nest that's expanding and fanning the flames of the evil they're planning. Outlandish assumptions and biased conclusions, immersed in a world full of lies and delusion. What would you do if you pulled back the curtain and saw who's controlling the scenes? Are you certain your version of truth is not an illusion of poppycock propaganda confusion? What would you do if you pulled back the curtain and saw who's controlling the scenes? Are you certain your version of truth is not an illusion of poppycock propaganda confusion? Examine and study the entire picture and every ingredient inside the mixture. Then ask yourself, which of the sides are you choosing? Have you bought into lies or the things you're assuming? What type of role in the game are you playing? And can you explain anything that you're claiming? What's fact from fiction? Is the division of light from the darkness? Make your decision. If you have wisdom, then make it your mission to seek out the truth, improve your condition. Without a foundation, what's your solution? A floundering fish out of water like sushi, assuming you're searching for something that's certain, but not even certainly sure you're a person. If life's an illusion that cannot be proven, then why would you trust your own mind for solutions? What would you do if you pulled back the curtain and saw who's controlling the scenes? Are you certain your version of truth is not an illusion of poppycock propaganda confusion? What would you do if you pulled back the curtain and saw who's controlling the scenes? Are you certain your version of truth is not an illusion of poppycock propaganda confusion? In conclusion, confusion. There's numerous thoughts and opinions. Some are confusing and some seem convincing. Our mission should be one that seeks revelation. Investigate, innovate, lead exploration. Use every tool, use every science. Be scrupulous, never compliant. Defiant, excited to find and uncover conundrums, enigmas and quandaries. Hoaxes, debunk them. Have questions, ask them. See problems, solve them. Troubleshoot, figure it out, overcome. Life could be full of unsolvable riddles, but perhaps there are reasons for all the struggle. Possibly missing like pieces of puzzles in purposely programmed reality tunnels. Follow the light to the end of the rabbit hole. Don't believe me, scrutinize and be skeptical. What you do if you pull back the curtain and saw who's controlling the scenes? Are you certain your version of truth is not an illusion of hip-hop propaganda confusion? What would you do if you pull back the curtain and saw who's controlling the scenes? Are you certain your version of truth is not an illusion of hip-hop